Double rainbow time. Hey everyone, do you love rainbows? Me too. I'm gonna show you how to do a double rainbow. I'm gonna start by putting a little bit of clear resin in here. I'm gonna let it cure. We're gonna come back. We're gonna make some magic happen. Alright, like you get one of these molds that has all this faceting. I don't know if you can see, it's all the bubbles that are clung to all of the little facets. Like they're everywhere. I'm gonna sit here and try to coax out what I can. If you do this, just be careful you don't scratch your mold. That's no fun. And what is that? Get out of there. I don't know if you can see them. Can you see them? Yes, you can. I'll do a whole lot of messing around here to get them out, but we should be able to. This is fairly shallow, so it's not gonna get hot. I should give it time to off gas. The main thing is just loosening them from the bottom, because they'll cling to the mold, and that's because of static. Like the bubbles cling to the mold the same way the pigment does. It's not actually sticking, it's just attracted. And obviously with these handmade molds, you need to be careful torching, alcohol, all that business, you know. All right, we'll keep poking at it and we'll come back. All right. Okay, so what do I mean by double rainbow? You know, you get the holographic foil. Sorry about the glare. And you get the rainbow, and it's nice, but if you like make a bunch of pieces with the same foil, they're gonna pretty much all look the same. It's kind of one note. You don't get too much variation there. And so how do you get some variation there? You bring in the trusty alcohol ink markers. And so my plan here is that we lay down the rainbow with the markers, and when you're looking at the piece head on, you'll see that, but when you turn it in the light, you'll catch the rainbow from the holographics. Am I making sense? I cut out a piece as a little turtle. I was just trying out some colors on them. For some reason my other markers aren't behaving. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, we're gonna go into time lapse for this. All right. And also with this, it helps just to have a fan on, so it sort of dries the ink. I've got one running over there. You can probably hear it. So something to be mindful of. And what I don't want to sort of do is get any, like, I don't know, I guess hard lines in between the colors. I mean, I'm going to have lines in between the colors, obviously, but I have another one that I'll show you later on where I don't. Where I had all of those just sort of straight lines. I want this to be a little bit more of a gradient. Another thing, like don't worry about like covering it completely. Like this is gonna go into that faceted mold, and if you got patchiness or splotches, it's not gonna matter. So right there where the green meets the yellow, don't dig how it's kind of a hard line, so I kind of blend it out a little bit. Maybe come back in here with the yellow and bring it together. Make sure you clean that off after you're done, otherwise you'll turn your blender pen into a green pen. You don't want that. I'll get the last color on there and we should be good to go. I'm gonna let that little guy dry over there while we're doing it. Now, you know, like I know that if we stick the little guy down in there, he's not gonna stick because this is cured hard. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking hairspray, right? I know that's what you're thinking, but no, we're not doing that. Instead, we're gonna use some of this stuff. This is actually like a UV resin to stay sticky, and it's marketed to the nail industry and is used primarily for nails, but it's just UV resin. The thing that makes it different from standard UV resin is it has an inhibition layer in it, which causes it to stay sticky. Why would you want it to stay sticky? Well, for adding foils, glitter, but also to make sure that the layers bond really tight. That's kind of the thing there. And I know you're like, well, doesn't that leave like uncured resin underneath? No, because once the oxygen's cut off, then it cures. It's some weird science, but this stuff's pretty cool. And you can use it for a lot of things. And I do. And we will. So let's go. And hey, no shade to Daniel's hairspray technique. It's cool. And it's cheap. And I'm cheap. So you do what works for you. But you know, I just kind of want to let people know this stuff exists. You might have it. You may have played around with it. I sort of got it by accident. I was going to buy the clay stuff, and I ended up with this. And I couldn't get it to cure all the way no matter what I did. Then I did a little research, and I found out that it's not supposed to cure all the way. And then, of course, the hairspray thing comes out, and it's kind of got me coming back to this. And like when they're doing nails, they'll use this as their final layer to coat it with. And the way they get that stickiness off is just by wiping it with alcohol. It's really not anything big. I'm not gonna like top this with the gel. I'm gonna top it with just regular UV resin, but I could. I don't really want to waste it though, because it's kind of like glue, but it's resin. You know, it's not hairspray. You know, I was around in the 90s. My entire existence was coated in hairspray. You know how it was. Gen X. And just a little note, stuff has a slight odor. Like I have a fan running over here. It's fine, but you know, if you're sensitive to smells. We're gonna go ahead and cure this. And just remember when we're done, it's gonna still be sticky because it's supposed to be sticky. Okay, here we go. Let's get it done. And you know, likewise, this works pretty well with glitter and foils. Now, what doesn't work well is if you don't cut the little turtle, because it's hitting the little, like, armpit right there. It's pushing it up. This is, yeah, this is my life, okay. Just stay. Alright. Let's fold it up, see what happens. While we're waiting, let's have a play. You know, there's really no rule that says you can't put the pigment on the outside of the resin. I mean, as long as you lock it in. Like, I'll come in here with a clear coat or something and lock all that in, but yeah, just do what you want. That's pretty. Shoot. But we're staying on theme. It's not very bright. Let me get a better one. That's not very bright either. Sometimes, like, because these are alcohol inks, it just helps to let them, like, dry, you know. And then come in with another layer. And I was having to do that on the foils, which was strange because, you know, the one I did earlier, it was fine. I didn't need to do anything to it, but it must have been because it was hot out, and it's not hot right now. I can only assume. I don't know. Shoot. What do I know? Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. Yellow's such a pain in the butt. It doesn't matter if you're doing it with painting, or you're doing it with resin, or you're doing it with crayons. It's always a challenge. go. That's pretty nice, huh? I don't hate it. Do you hate it? You can't possibly hate it. It's beautiful. Oh, like I said before, I'll just throw a clear coat of lacquer on there and it'll be good to go. It'll be good to go. That's really pretty. I could put like the felt behind it. I don't want to. I could. We could do some double rainbow stuff here too, but I don't want to. And I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it alone. Trust me, if I try to do anything else to it, I'll screw it up. So just leave it, lady. Ta-da. I was struggling a little bit with the markers there. I don't really know what happened. I made this one off camera. I didn't have any problem with the markers. I used the pink there. I wasn't really feeling the pink though. Wasn't vibing with it. But yeah. But again, see, these are both using the same foils. 2 different looks. And I could make them so many different ways. I'll get them out in the light, let you have a better look. Anyhow, if you got this far into the video, I'd like to thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope you try something. Until next time, folks.